Welcome back. We've got Holly Miner in studio with us this morning from the K-State Extension Service, and we are canning salsa. I'm so excited. Yes.
Yes, we are going to do some canning of some salsa. So normally we would, if you are growing produce in your garden, you would be using fresh produce, but for demonstration purposes today, we're going to use some canned diced tomatoes. So I'll let you go ahead and open this can, and we can pour all of the tomatoes into our saucepan.
How many cans of tomatoes would you say we're working with today?
We are using 6. So what we are doing today for demonstration purposes is we're using a mix, and this is an easy, quick way to be able to make salsa. All of your spices and everything that you need are in that mix. And
I see why you gave me the...
Yeah, so this is an unusual can opener.
Yeah.
So there you go. You have to go like 14 times.
Okay, I did a round and it did nothing, so...
Yeah,
that's why she had me do it. Yeah, it's getting nothing there.
Okay, so sorry, this is a unique can opener. It doesn't leave a sharp edge.
It was open. It just was tricking me.
Yeah. So sorry, we should have had a little training session on how to use the can opener.
It is apparently was doing it just fine.
Yes, you were. You were good.
I'm used to the can openers that leave like a mess.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and this one doesn't leave a sharp edge, so it's kind of nice.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead and we'll put that in our pot. Normally we would cook our tomatoes, we would blanch them, and so we would put them in boiling water for about 30 to 60 seconds, and then we would be able to core them and take the skins off. Okay. And the skins would slip off real easily. Blanching is something that we do when we are freezing foods as well, because it stops the enzymes from working to continue to mature the produce. Okay. And so it's important when you're freezing things that you need to do that with it as well.
So you just boil it in water?
You put them in boiling water. You have your water boiling. You put them in boiling water for however long it is that it needs for that particular food. Tomatoes are pretty soft, tender, so usually 30 to 60 seconds is about all we need with that. And then you would put them in an ice bath where you have a big bowl full of ice water and cool them back off, because we don't want to cook the tomatoes, we just want to take the skins off. So
what other types of fruits or vegetables are good that work well for with blanching, that process?
It really depends on what you're going to make. So canned beets, we would blanch beets. They take about 15 to 20 minutes depending on how hard the skins are, because the skins are a lot tougher, and so it takes longer to blanch them than it does to do like tomatoes. Or peaches is another one that we blanch. When we're getting ready to can peaches, we would blanch the skins off of those. And again, it depends on the type of skin and the type of fruit or vegetable that you're blanching.
Okay.
But the reason why is to cause the enzymes to stop. We kill the enzymes, and so they don't continue to mature the fruit or the vegetable.
Mm-hmm. And you definitely want that process stopped when once it's in the can.
Yeah, your canned goods coming out of the can are only as good as they are going into the can. So we want to make sure that whatever we're processing, we're using good quality produce, and that will make our end product be of good quality and nutrition as well. So let's go ahead and add our tomatoes in there, and I'll open up our little salsa package mix here. This is just for plain tomato salsa. We could do, the recipe that we have online is for peach apple salsa.
Oh, wow.
And so that's a really good one. It uses a lot of different, peaches and apples and tomatoes and spices, has some brown sugar.
The whole packet?
Yeah, the whole packet. And then we'll just stir that, and we're going to start to cook that. And I believe it says that we're going to simmer that for 20 minutes. So when we come back in our next section, it will be simmered and ready to go, and we will put it in our jars and continue that process on.
Okay, well, I've got the pot going, and we'll get it simmering.
Yeah, so it'll be ready to put in the jars. When you're canning and you're working with your food, if your recipe says to put it in the jars hot, we want to make sure that our jars are warmed up, that they're warm, that we're putting it in warm jars, our food is warm, and that we process it right away. That heating up of the food before we put it in the jars, having the jars hot, and the processing is all part of the method that we use to make sure that the bacteria is being killed in the jars and our food is safe when we open it to eat.
And if you want to learn more about canning, you guys are going to have some classes coming up.
Yes, we do. August 2nd in Altamont, and then the 9th and 11th in Girard and Fredonia. You can call our Wildcat Extension office in Montgomery County and speak with Debbie or myself. The phone number there is 620-331-2690.
Now, are those classes that you need to sign up for in advance, or can you just show up that day?
Yeah, so normally there's a charge to our classes. We have a grant that we are able to offer the classes for free, so this is a great opportunity to come and learn. We're going to be making the peach apple salsa with the water bath method. We're going to be canning carrots with the pressure canner, so you're going to learn both methods. You'll get that wonderful little packet that I showed you earlier to be able to have some resources in there that tell you all the different ways to do the methods, the correct processes to follow. And we do like to have registration ahead of time so that I know how many people to expect and we can have all the materials ready.
Sounds like a plan. All right, well, we will return later in the show and have you back to finish off our salsa and put them into the cans.
Yep, we'll be ready.
We'll be right back.